It's an awkward one. He's falling, but he's chosen to dive. Get ahead of the ball, and really he's got to direct that better. Young. Injury concern. He's returned to the side. And not sure that's got anything to do with the collision with George. I feel like that was the landing that was just a bit awkward for him. Difficult to save ashore. Young is limping a little. You'd probably want it to be just a bit of a bruise from the collision rather than something that would provoke a longer injury layoff, potentially. Twisted awkwardly. Paktoru with a throw. Anderson. Back inside to Jung-ho. And then Chekubek. Eong dispatches the pass without too many problems. Pohang still finding it easier to spend time in Suwon's half than the other way round. Minutes in, 0-0, same as the Gwangju Daegu game. Gwangju are as cut and dried safe as you can imagine at this point. Being top of the bottom half and in a fairly awkward position of not having a huge amount to play for in the final rounds, but they are just ahead of Jeju and certainly catchable by Daegu. If Daegu were going to win at Gwangju this evening, that would make a difference to that outlook. But right now it's Jeonbuk, Daejeon and Incheon in the bottom three. Bottom tide goes down automatically, and then the next two have to fight for their K-League 1 future in the playoffs. Imagine Jeonbuk. If they remain in the bottom three in that scenario after years of domination at the top. Since Ulsan took their crown, it's been a steady decline for Jeonbuk, but a particularly poor plummet this year. Yong with a big, fairly aimless clearance that Jung Seung-won is fighting for. Wonderson away. Hong Yun-sang brings it down. holds possession. It's gone for the cross, and Su had to block that. And it found itself dribbling past him. Who knows? That could have caused some problems. Far post. Just a little ragged from Suwon at times. So far, Su not really being forced into any particularly challenging saves. The header a little too close to him, but Baek Song-dong is just threatening to change that. His effort is driven wide by a deflection. Nice move from Pohang. They are slicing through with some speed and energy. Continuing the tempo. Suwon maybe in danger as things currently are pointing. Well, if Pohang win this and if Seoul win this weekend, and it's going to start looking like Suwon are in a similar position to Gwangju without a huge amount to play for in the final rounds. Change quickly, George. Another effort is chased down. Suwon are defending resolutely so far for the most part. Sung. George just making contact with the man rather than the ball there. Paktaru seems to have been caught in the upper part of the foot there. And there's a clear view of it. George immediately putting his arms up. To the goalkeeper. Suwon's strategy seems to be to get to the break without conceding. It should be one better than they did last time. They went 1-0 just before half time. 1-0 down, that is. And then had to wait till the 92nd minute before equalising. Oh, here's Hong Yun-sung, brilliant interception. And then the return effort is in from Wanderson. Well, Lee Hyun-yong does so well at the back for Suwon there. The challenge, but An Jun-soo could do nothing about the follow-up shot from Wanderson. 1-0 Pohang. They've deserved it for their attacking momentum, if not the chances they've had so far. Hong Yun-sang pushed away by the challenge. And then, of course, the save from An Jun-soo, but look at that, nothing to be done from there. Not the best defensive work on the edge of the box to allow Wanderson through the gap there. Lee Jae-won and Kim Joo-yup, the ones beaten to the ball by Wanderson. Sheer determination, then the presence of mind to curl it around the goalie. And, well, forget what I was just saying about getting to half-time, 0-0. Suwon, best they can hope for if they're going to be level would be 1-1. But the way the game's gone so far, they might just need to ensure they don't concede again. Well, it was a similar story, Pohang in April, Obadan taking the lead, Jackson equalising. Jung-ho, and then Lee Jae-won. Anderson turning, twisting, and two players going for the same ball. Maybe put Kim Joo-yup off a little bit there. Anderson has it back and he can do just about anything with it. Park Choru feeding into Jung Seung-won. Back across! Oh, they were perhaps guilty of trying for the perfect chance there. Yoon Bin Garam might have gone for goal himself, tried to tee it up for Anderson. But it's a good response from Suwon. So typical. Suwon should suddenly find their attacking momentum just after going 1-0 down. Into the keeper's arms. Jung-kook hasn't had to hold it too many times in this game. Yun-sung. George. Still George, back to Obadan. It's too tame in the end, but the move's not fallen apart yet. Han Chan-hee out to Lee Tae-sung, and then Shin Kwang-hoon. Cross is precise, it's too close to the keeper. Then Obadan. Han Chan-hee keeping the ball moving forward. Shin Kwang-hoon just cannot find the killer touch so far. And a chance to break free. Anderson is almost clear of Jung Min-kwang. He's going to turn around him. He's going to keep the ball. Anderson out to Kim Joo-yup into the back of the net if it's onside. And the Suwon visiting crowd can hardly be heard above the sound of the Steelers' drums. Just want to make sure that there was nothing straying offside here. No, clearly nothing wrong with that at all. Anderson does so well, such presence of mind. Kim Jin-yeop, an easy-looking finish that was a little tricky because he's got to play it across goal and across the keeper. But he positions it perfectly into the far side netting. And as on the last two Pohang versus Suwon games, we've gone 1-0 to 1-1. The difference being we've not had to wait until the second half for that Suwon goal. And, well, if we're breaking trends, who knows where this one's going. Onside effort of the game for Suwon, and here's Park Cho-ru trying to follow it up. It's off the feet of Byung-guk. Wasn't the best shot, but seemed to trouble the keeper slightly anyway. Hyun-yong uses An Jun-soo. You can't say that Suwon richly deserved the goal in terms of the balance of play, but they did have their goal disallowed, and they have occasionally looked threatening on the break. The thing about Pohang is that you've got to start challenging An Jun-soo with their attacking possession they've had. Haven't had nearly enough chances to show for it. As the away team down at 6, Suwon should be very happy with the way things have gone so far. Jin-yeop's cross. No one in the middle is going to challenge that sort of cross because they haven't got the height in there. They don't have a recognised striker on the field either. Suwon, that's more like it, but it's obviously not been able to find Yoon Bin Garam, who ran past the direction of the ball. Pohang, well, they're guilty of a pattern that strikes time and time again in football of being most vulnerable just after scoring. Side of the boot. Hong Yun-sung is highly involved in the first goal. Wanderson, though, what an effort, what a finish it was. Shin Kwang-hoon playing it off of Park Cho-ru. It'll be a Pohang throw. The visiting fans said somewhat drowned out in terms of noise. At least the rain has ceased. Commanding, defending from Hyun-yong. Under 22 defender, he's certainly robust and challenges well there, but annoyed at himself conceding the corner. it away, Chekubek. Filbin brings it down. Anderson, well, we know what he can do, and he's on song today. And Anderson driving forward. It's not as far as Jung Seung-won though. A big interception from Shin Kwang-hoon. Anderson leads the league for assists. His assists this evening actually is number 13, which is around 5 more than any other player in the division. He's also managed to score 6 goals this season. All in all, a very decent attacking contribution. Looking particularly dangerous this evening. Here come Pohang with a chance to resume their lead. Taesok is coming across to offer a left-footed perspective here. Baek Sung-dong stands over it. I presume will be the one to strike this one. There he is. Beyond George. Didn't get out with a header. Offside. Holding it up well. So good at that. 2 minutes. Not a wealth of stoppage time for Pohang to attempt to restore their lead. But there are positives for Pohang to build on. If they can get back to that attacking rhythm, it won't be long until they are testing Han Jun-soo again in the Suwon goal. As I said earlier, they've got to probably find a way to connect more with George up front if they're going to build those chances. They do have options from the bench in attack as well. Not the half-time whistle, a bit early for that, it's offside. Surprised we didn't get both together there. Well, there it is. And so we go into half-time at 1-1. And Shin Kwang-hoon is protesting. I think the referee was thinking about bringing out the yellow card there for dissent. But an entertaining game so far, mainly because of the pace, the energy that I've spoken about. It's kept things moving even when we haven't had too many chances to speak of. Anderson with a lovely effort curling beyond Han Jun-soo, and Anderson, his Brazilian fellow countryman on the other team, helping it cause a menace for Suwon and teeing it up for Kim Jun-yeop to hit home for the equaliser. Join us for the second half in a few minutes. So the second half just moments away, 1-1 at the Steelyard. Pohang Steelers welcoming Suwon FC in the first of the final rounds in the top half of the table. We've also kicked off the bottom half 5 final round experience with Gwangju FC versus Daegu FC this evening. Pohang took the lead through Wanderson's curled effort. Broke through a couple of Suwon players at the edge of the box and had the presence of mind to place it home before Suwon burst into action with their first legitimate effort of the game and scored with it. Anderson, the architect, Kim Jun-yeop putting the finish on. And there is Anderson again, playing it back into the feet. Nok Young-ho. Pohang in the red and black. Suwon in white, travelling. No recognised striker on the Suwon side. Gone for the players, I guess, that they feel are best equipped for the job, even if that means going with Yoon Bin Karam, Jong Suwon as their attacking options. Do have Ji Dong-won on the bench, and Han Gyo-won and Jong Sung-bae, all forward players who could make a difference if introduced. Ji Dong-won certainly made a difference last time when Suwon visited Pohang just under 2 weeks ago, and Ji scored in the 92nd minute. That was an equaliser. Could it be a winner tonight? Or will Pohang be out of sight by then? Here's George Wanderson back into Obadan, evading Anderson to find EQ Beck, goes out to Shin Kwang-hoon. Pohang were certainly the better of the two sides in the first half. More attacking momentum, cleaner passing, more threatening. General tempo was good anyway from both sides. Suwon, who had a goal disallowed, found themselves pinned back before enjoying a chance to attack again at 1-0 down. Pohang just maybe letting the foot off the gas a little. It's always difficult to tell what combination of letting foot off the gas versus the other team being sparked into life. Obadan finds Anderson on the other team. That's another lovely exhibition of footwork from the Brazilian playmaker. Jong Sung-won, sorry. Don't know if he meant to shoot, but it might have tested the goalkeeper anyway. Pretty sure he's going for the cross, but he's come off the back of the heels of EQ Beck. Side of the foot, whatever the case was. An unwanted deflection from Jong Sung-won's point of view. Towards the end of the regular season, it started to get a bit cagey, and some of the first halves in particular could be a bit mundane. Certainly not seeing that tonight. Both sides want the 3 points. Hong Yun-sung with a cross. Oh, it's well beyond the reach of Lee Tae-seok. Han Chan-hee will keep it in play. Shin Kwang-hoon has time to find a cross. Anderson, defensive mode, plays it away to Yoon Bin Karam. He's tackled by Wanderson. And then Han Chan-hee forward to George. Cannot control it, but fights to win it back anyway. Long-legged striker. Hong Yun-sung. Wanderson, and Chan-hee picks it up. Oh, George turns well here. He's got a chance to set himself up for the effort, but the keeper's out fast and it's away. Better from Pohang. The game can really open up. Suwon want to make it an open battle. Anderson. Kim Jun-yeop. Juyok, I should say, standing in the middle there next to Suwon. Suwon with a rare corner in this game for them. First, in fact, headed towards the corner from Chekubek. Yoon Byung-gun with the save, and well, got to say that's the best outcome of a corner we've seen in this game. Pohang's first flurry in the first half came to very little. That has at least forced a decent stop. Might have been headed a little further into the corner to make it impossible for the keeper, but he's still got to get down low. Here's Yoonbin Karam. Suwon press onwards. Another deflected shot, this time comfortable for the keeper. Anderson into Obadan. And Chani and Anderson again. Down for third, fourth time, fouled like that in the middle. Pohang making changes, Kim Jong-woo and Jung Jae-hee being readied. Well, two players who can certainly make a difference. Jung Jae-hee is Pohang's second leading scorer. Jong-woo has plenty of experience from midfield. Started last time Pohang played Suwon. Then may just be a straight swap for Han Chan-hee, and perhaps it'll be Lee Tae-seok who makes way for Jung Jae-hee. Heavy clash between two under-22s, Lee Tae-seok for Pohang and Lee Hyun-yong for Suwon. And Ikubek has it at the back for Pohang, plays it across to John Min-gwang. Still wait for those changes. And Chani. Anderson in the field, shrugging off the attention of Kim Ji-yeop, plays it through to Lee Tae-seok, out to Hong Yun-sung. Obadan, Anderson to George. Anderson is doing everywhere. He was in a position you would think Obadan would have been taking up there, but it's up the other end now with Park Chodu, and Obadan is there to foil the effort. The energy is picking up again in this game. And this could get ugly. Obadan again down, counting out for the referee the number of times. First it was Pak Toru who had a bite, and then he came in for another. So the two changes, as predicted, Lee Tae-seok making way for Jung Jae-hee and Han Chan-hee for Kim Jong-woo. Well, both Lee Tae-seok and Han Chan-hee gave a burst of energy. Perhaps they saw that their time on the field was coming to a close. But there's been, as I said earlier, this general lifting of the intensity in the second half in the last couple of minutes. Here's Lee Hong Yun-sang. Hong Yun-sang has been a useful contributed to goals, his 6th this season. Another of the under-22 contingent, George, holding it up. Wonderful. Bitkaram holding it up, or trying to hold it up, because Wanderson was able to get around the outside, and then Kim Ji-up couldn't do much about it. Free kick, Pohang. Jong-woo, substitute to that midfield, slotting in nicely. Ikubek. Obadan. Jung Jae-hee. Well, the warning signs are there for Suwon. They're again having to defend a lot. They are keeping the danger a little further from their door, but maybe just a matter of time before Pohang break open into that final third. Oh, that's a sliding challenge from Obadan. That's a bit nasty. Anderson plays on. What a player Anderson has been tonight. Is this a penalty? The referee immediately waves him up. I'm not so sure. It looked suspicious. We might have a review of that. Yes, you can always say the attacking player's looking for it, but it was great skill to get in the box. And maybe he's been brought down. A wry smile from Ji Dong-won. The Suwon bench. How long before we see him introduced? Well, that's gone out of play now. Can we have a review or not? That'll be the question. Anderson. Well, not so sure from that angle. There's contact, but I don't think it's sufficient to warrant a penalty. And obviously, the officials, more importantly, agree. Anderson, when he scored, or thought he scored in the first half, had it ruled out for offside. And he seemed aggrieved by that. He's also clearly not in agreement with the decision to not take his appeal too seriously there. Chung Jae-hee with a low cross. Kim Jong-woo looking to get on the end of it. Choi Kyu-baek is there to distract him. So miss hit in the end from Kim Jong-un before he's possibly brought down by Choi Kyu-baek. Got to be careful here, Suwon. Almost looking like they're going to play themselves into trouble at the back. Park Cha-ru in a battle with Shin Kwang-hoon. They seem to be holding onto each other's shirt. Often the attacking player in that situation will be the one that is penalised. I don't think the referee would have had a great view of Shin Kwang-hoon holding the front of Park Cha-ru's shirt. Now, with a sliding challenge, wins it back off Chung Jae-hee. Anderson. Oh, it's just been a joy to watch him this evening, I've got to say. His footwork has been sublime. Out to Jung Seung-won, and then a quick shot from Kim Joo-yeop. Sorry, Yoon Bin Karam. I thought it was 24. 14, Yoon Bin Karam. The makeshift striker, who knows, he might have got on the end of that. It was Kim Joo-yeop who opened the scoring for Suwon, equalising on the night in the first half. As I say, Anderson, who's now hobbling a little, has been at his best. He went through a bit of a slump, as his team went through a bit of a slump in recent games. He wasn't really able to affect things too much, but he's been dancing in and out of challenges tonight. Has that taken its toll though, as he tries to shrug off an injury as Kim Jong-woo shoots from distance, harmlessly wide in the end. Suwon worried for a moment. Now it's Kim Joo-yeop who scored, who comes off. Jung Seung-won will also make way. Han Gyo-won and Ji Dong-won on. Two players of great experience entering the field. Well, Ji Dong-won has played as an out-and-out striker in his career. He's a versatile option. He's the closest thing that Suwon have to a traditional striker now on the field. Han Gyo-won is definitely an attacking option. They're not looking to shut the game down yet by any means, Suwon. And that's a wise move, because you feel if they did, they'd probably lose. They may lose anyway, but might as well go down trying to win. And referee looked at the linesman. Linesman didn't raise the flag in the end. Anderson with an effort that's ricocheted away. Just briefly as Anderson has it back. Good spell for Suwon this. The context of the game, it seems significant that they've been able to find some momentum of their own without having to go behind again. Garam looking for something a bit spectacular there, wasn't able to make it stick. Away. And that was an attempted clearance that almost found Ji Dong-won. Shin Kwang-hoon is there first. Obadan has gone down. Not for the first time in the game, but he seems hurt this time. Having replaced Han Chan-hee with Kim Jong-woo, this would be a blow for Pohang, especially ahead of their Champions League visit to Thailand in the week. It's Buriram United. Just looking at their bench, they do have Cho Jun-hyun, the 22 midfield option that could come on. On the Suwon side, I should say. On the Pohang side, it's also a challenging situation for them. They've got Kang Hyun-jae, Hwang So-hung. They've got under 22s in abundance, both sides. Not too much experience amongst the substitute options to call upon in the case of injuries to key players like Obadan on the Pohang side, and say Lee Jae-won, Anderson, No Kyung-ho on the other. It is Kang Hyun-jae, under 22, who's looking like he's going to come on. Obadan hanging near the touchline for now. Let's see where this transpires. Not seen a huge amount of Kang Hyun-jae this season. No, commentary games, not seen a tremendous amount of the under-22s on Suwon's bench either. Perhaps Chung Sung-bae in attack, Chung Young-woo occasionally. But from what we know of them, they've still got a fair bit of development before maybe making the potential impact that a Hong Yun-sang has been able to have as an under-22 for Pohang, with his 6 goals this season. Here he is. He seems to be on that conveyor belt that former Pohang star Song Min-kyu was on. Go Young-jun perhaps after. Obadan looks like he's going to be able to continue. Just as I say that, Anderson's gone down in some pain. Pohang captain holding his ribs. And here is Kang Hyun-jae. And, well, it's an attacking change that will see a direct swap for Baek Song-dong. Will place even more importance on a player like Jung Jae-hee getting involved in the attack for Pohang. They've got to shift this game back in their favour. It's tailed off a little bit for them. As I said in the first half, they had a lot of time in Suwon's half. They looked good, didn't have the chances to go with that. maybe just now as an option. Flip the game in their favour if they can find a bit more of Jang Jong-hye. They've done exactly that with Jong Jae-hee there. And then Hang Hyun-jae involved in the build-up. He's played it in the direction of Obadan. It's the right idea. Jong will take the corner. Previous four, dominated by a man who's just come off, Big Sung-gong. Looking like a bright substitute option at the moment, Kang Hyun-jae. Not afraid to have a go there. 22 years old, just turned 22 in August. He's featured us less than a handful of times in the league this year. A couple of times in the Champions League as well. And obviously seen as someone who can begin to break through. Wang Yun-sang playing it in to George. Has it back. George goes down, referee blows the whistle but does not point to the spot. He had the body language of a man who was about to make a big decision there. You watch the referee here, he's driving himself in, suddenly blows the whistle and looked like he was going to point. But I think it would have been overturned. I mean, Lee Yong is wondering what's going on there. Not much contact, if at all, with the Brazilian forward. Are we heading for a third consecutive 1-1 between these two sides at the Steel Yard? Well, we are right now. Literally. Still time to do something about it. 20 minutes or so. Obadan. Anderson coming in. Resolute in the back, Suwon. Kim Jong-il battling. It's become, probably have to say, a more even game in the second half. Still 0-0 in the other game in progress. Gwangju against Daegu at the same stage. Both kicked off 7:30 PM local time. And George, target man roll, has it back. Oh, it's a wonderful effort. That's just wide. Thought for a moment it was in. I think quite a few people would have been fooled by that. Maybe half the stadium, depending on the angle, because he's really struck it well and true, and it's curled around the back of the net as if it's gone in. Poor kick, gets away with it, but Pohang go forward again. Hong In-sung keeps it in play. With a chip forward. And this game continues to swing very quickly, one way and then the other. the time of that substitution. Kang Hyun-jae on. Since then, Pohang have just raised their game a bit collectively, and Suwon seem to be sitting off. Anderson spells potential trouble. Great composure to wait there and chip it forward and surrounded by opponents. Eong has it now, plays an easier ball, finds Han Kyo-won, the substitute, hasn't been able to affect the game quite yet, but looks for the cross. Hong Yeon-sang is back to help defend. Han Kyo-won wins it back, and Anderson saying handball. Jung Min-won was on the ground. Han Kyo-won who won the ball back off of Lee Kyu-baek, and it suddenly opened up what looked like a great chance for Suwon to set up an opportunity to score. I wonder how convincing that appeal will be on review. Oh, here's George! A saving challenge. I think that's Lee Hyun-yong who's slid in across there. And maybe overstretched himself in the process. Here's the penalty shout. Well, you know, if that's standing on his feet and hits him there, I think we've seen penalties given for those, but he's on the ground, and I think that does change the context. It changes his arm from a fairly unnatural position to one that's altogether natural. If you fall into the ground, there's really nothing you can do. Well, it looks maybe like some cramp here. They do have Lachlan Jackson, I was about to say, just as we see him into focus here. So he will be coming on. And Hwang Sun-min will also be joining the action. Just wonder who's going to make way for Hwang Sun-min. Whether he'll slot in on the left for Park Cho-ru, or whether they'll reshuffle things a little bit and bring off a more central player. Surely they're not going to bring Anderson off. And I just wonder here what sort of review was in progress. I think they might have been having a look at the handball at the other end. But anyway, whatever it was, we play on. Hacharu brings it away. Anderson chases it. Obadam was a cross. And now a chance for those Suwon changes. So Jackson on for Lee Hyun-yong. No surprise there, we knew that. Slightly less predictable is this next one. It is Noh Kyung-ho, so it is a central midfielder making way. And that's probably fair enough at this stage, get those fresh legs on. Just as we speak, there's been a goal in the other game. Gwangju have gone 1-0 up. Which potentially potentially opens up the way for Daegu to be sucked right back into the relegation mix. Not many sub options left for either side. Suwon might have been booked for descent at the end of the first half. Anderson is having a chuckle with him. I just wonder if they're discussing the quality of refereeing, as Anderson has particularly been frustrated this evening. I think, honestly, in Anderson's case, he can't have too many complaints. If he looks back, his requests for penalties on at least a couple of occasions and his goal being disallowed all seem to be pretty reasonable refereeing decisions. Pohang still stay above 70% possession, but here comes Suwon in attack. Ji-dong-won. Won has options, goes backwards to Ije-won. Anderson is there to collect it. Hwang Sun-min, Yoon-bin Karam digging the ball out from the ground, couldn't find any sort of power on it. Play. George causing trouble. Still causing trouble, but back comes Eon. I think we've got at it, and got that post-season finals round feel about it, and it's almost the case that a point offers so little that they'd rather risk losing and try to win. As it goes in the net for the second time, with Suwon being disallowed, although there was never any doubt. Whistle blew just before Yoon-bin Karam even struck it, so scarcely even counts as a disallowed goal. Collision between Anderson and Suwon. Another change is happening. It is Shin. He's now off. Played an active role. It's a double change, as well as Jong-won, who can slot in for Shin, bringing on Yoon Min-ho as an attacking option for Hong Yoon-sung. Obada. George out to the newly introduced player Yoon Min-ho, and then just over Kim Jong-woo. Jackson with a headed clearance. Found Kim Jong-woo, and he was involved in the rescue mission after that. Just did enough. And we're about to head into the last 5 minutes of regular time. Then we'll have probably not too much stoppage time. There are only 2 at the end of the first half. Hasn't been any prolonged delays in the second half, but you never know. I've said that before and then seen an 8 come up, or a 7. George, it's out of play. But this is the final change of the game. And for Suwon, it means introducing an under-22 in Jung Yong-woo on for Lee-jae-won. No more rolling of the dice for either side from the bench. It's go for it with what you have. Jung Jae-hee driving forward. Jackson manages to work the angles and then sees the corner, but maintains a degree of safety, just as Daegu seemed to have equalised at Gwangju, as long as there's not any sort of review that ruins the away day party for the travelling Sky Blues. Headed. George got there. Couldn't find the accuracy. His best headed effort of the game was straight at Andrews in the first half. His best effort really was striking from the ground. That one earlier this half I thought might have crept in. Pohang winning the battle for attempts on goal. Or at least attempts overall. Haven't been able to make them all accurate. So late goal drama at Gwangju. Do we have some in this one? 2-1-all games heading into the decision-making end. And Jackson on Sunmin, it's left from Jung Yong-woo, and then it's out to Park Chol-woo. Pohang, everyone inside their own half. Not the time to concede a free kick. Hwang Sun-min. The player was caught. George slapping the ground in frustration. Well, if it does finish 1-1, we're in danger of seeing the top half of the table break into 2 sets of 3. If Gangwon were to beat Seoul, for example, that would put some real daylight between the top 3, and then 4th to 6th. Already coming into this game, Pohang in 4th, were 4 points behind Gangwon in 3rd. Of course, that prediction could be torn up if Pohang find themselves, as they currently are, 3 points behind Gangwon, if Seoul were to win against Gangwon on Sunday. Difficult to necessarily predict that. Away from home, Seoul in their unpredictable form. Here we are inside the final minute before stoppage time. And I'm guessing somewhere about 5 minutes added on, 4 or 5. Much more than that. Here's Wanderson. Oh Jung-won with a cross, headed comfortably away. They've been for the most part, very solid in defence, Suwon. Couple of lapses, as you'll always see, but here come Pohang again. Well, George wanted it in the middle, wanted it to feet Kim Jong-woo. Maybe guilty of just finding the side of goal too irresistible, but I think he's caught between a cross and a shot here. Difficult to know for sure. The way he looked up made it seem like maybe he was going for an audacious chip over the keeper. Well, it is 4 minutes. Not much to play with. Jong-won with a low ball. Jackson found enough to play it away, and here comes the possible break. Jackson is joining the attack. You can see what this means to Suwon. And it's Jackson! Oh, what a run! Just imagine if Jackson had got on the end of that. He ran the entire length of the field there after leading the clearance. Something that you would only really see from a team that's desperate for 3 points, and that is what Suwon have brought to the table tonight. Pohang, well, likewise, they really do need to find something here. Realistically, the title is beyond both of these teams' reach, unless something really unusual happens among the top three, but those Champions League qualification places. Inside the final 2 minutes. Jackson playing it forward. He's not going to run forward this time. Madison can't get there. Oh, Jong-won collects it. Pohang have the ball, they've got the ideas. Here comes Suwon. Jang Young-woo to Ji Dong-won. Han Gyo-won round the outside. Jang Young-woo. Yoonbit Karam was trying to shoot there. Vital interception from Obadan. Still Suwon come. We're inside the final minute. Eong. Well, you can see why he's stopped there, because he feels he's won the free kick, but can't help but think, well, now's not the time to make a point. Maybe a cross from open play would have a better chance of success than from the set piece. But they do have Lachlan Jackson on the field, someone who can threaten in the air, that's for sure. Eong chipping it forward. You can't find Jackson, you can't really find Che Gyubek either. Both of them tall men joining the set piece. And the whistle blows. It's a bit anticlimactic. Said it several times during the game that neither side gains a huge amount from a point.